everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my first DT project for SundayGirlJournals on Etsy. She has beautiful trims and extra goodies in her shop. You guys go over and check her out. It will be linked down below. So what I have to share with you guys today is this scrumptious journal that is quite hefty. It didn't start out that way, but I went overboard as I do sometimes, and I just love the way that it turned out. So on the cover, I have front and back these filigree corners that came from Rebekah in my DT package. I've got some buttons here, some vintage buttons, cheesecloth underneath this image. And on the spine and the covers is wrapped this beautiful doily that I got from Donna Little. This is the back of the journal. And I know you guys love this image. This is Artymaze's kit. I have had this kit, I think, probably a year. I believe I've had it for a year. And this is my first time making a journal out of it because I wanted to make a very nice journal using this kit. I have used some pieces before, but overall, my first time playing around with this kit, and I love the way that it turned out. So let's jump in because the journal itself is rather plain. It's just that it's so much of it that it will take quite a while to get it all recorded, and I'm not trying to try and entertain you guys for an hour. That's just not going to be feasible. So anyway, I'm forgetting to show you some of these things. I've got lots of my vintage linens in here as well, and I've got some bling hanging off. These are hand stitched on, and this is some lovely bling that I got from Hobby Lobby. I glued it on with 3-in-1, and then I hand stitched it on as well. And there's another little piece. But there's this lovely cameo piece that I got from Michael's. It's hand stitched on as well. And on the side, I've got some other little trinkets going on as well. These pieces also came from Michael's. These are very weighty. They're good and solid. This one opens like so. You can put your picture in there and it will close up. It is magnetized. And this is a little perfume bottle. I love that. And then in keeping with this theme, these are little cameos. Okay, little cameos. And I also have stuck up in here somewhere a little Tim Holtz piece that says cherish. And this is a little mirror charm. This is an actual mirror, you guys, that will reflect. So I've used a couple of paper pads as well. I've used the cottage rose pad because I love that to make those a lot of the tags. And then I also used Lost and Found blush, and that is this one. This one I got at Tuesday Morning. The cottage rose I got at Hobby Lobby. So let's just jump into it. If I could just stand it up that way, it would be fine. So lovely little pocket here. And there's a large tag. I love this stamp. Make each day a story worth telling. That's the back. Yes, I found my flourish stamp. And these lovely trims are from Rebekah's shop. Those are just lovely. And you guys know I love the pink. They turned out really, really nice on that tag. I like the way that it brings out the pink and the roses. Okay, so, okay, the rose and the watermark roses came from the Graphics Fairy. This is my copyright page. The name of the journal is Victorian Rose, and I have just some other information. Copyright 2018, Clemmy's House of Crafts. And I've used another die and made a gate. Here, there's a pocket behind. I need to put some more washer grommets on those. But you can add a picture here. That's my thought for that. And also you can put a picture over here or something like that, okay? As well as come over on this page as well and add you a picture in here. This paper went in very well with, these are from 2 different paper pads and they went in very well together. So this pocket is from Artymaze's kit, as well as this ephemera as well. Now my tags are just plain for the most part, I believe. Okay, there's this little floppy tag, and this is some of Rebekah's trim. Now, once you journal on that tag, you can put this back in the pocket, and this tag in this pocket holds that flippy tag closed. And in this pocket, I just made some tags out of manila folder and that paper pad, you guys. And there's just some ephemera from my stash, some rose ephemera from my stash. Okay, now look at this. I'm not going to dwell on these pages, but I want to point out right now, you guys, how beautiful and luscious these images are, okay? This was printed on my HP printer, not my Epson printer. This is an HP print, and you can tell because of the clarity of the images. I'm not going to pull all of these tags out because all of these tags have this little rose stamp and then the same, but you can read that as I flip through the pages fast. Now I have some rose books, and from one of them, I cut out some of the parts where it's describing different roses. It has like the year of some of them, and anyway, and so I made those into pockets. This is the flip, some of Rebekah's trim. And I'm not going to even pull everything out of the pocket, you guys, because like I said, it's making the video go into an hour. And can't have that now, can we? So vintage papers, lots of stenciling and stamping, music paper. This is Rebekah's trim as well, you guys. Just look at it. I know you love it. Okay, more of her trim and more of her ribbon and eyelash trim as well. I made a little booklet for this tag for journaling. Just rubbing over how beautiful everything went. The cream with the red and the black, everything was just melding very well. Now this is torn off because I have messed it up and I'm so angry with myself. I will have to fix that because these are very weighty, you guys. There's this tag and that. And I think, make sure that I'm in frame. I know I've used this piece before, and so I've just mirrored that. But yeah, and they're just layaway tags stuck in. More of Rebekah's beautiful trims. Just a tag from Tuesday morning. There's an envelope. I have some, this is 100% cotton paper that I've used in here, and I love the way that feels. I just wish that it were more affordable so that we could use it more and try and save the trees. This is a coin envelope from Rebekah's shop as well. I've taken one of her clocks and some trim, some of her trim, and then I've just stuck on Believe in Love behind there. And inside the coin envelope is just a loose piece of coffee dye paper. More rose ephemera, and this is a little envelope from her shop as well. I just love that. It's like rose gold hearts. And on the back, I have one of her envelopes, more ephemera, and then this is one of her English pound notes that she sells in her shop as well. Just a plain tag, more of her ribbon, some stuff in that pocket, another tag behind. This is one of the mason jar tags that come with this kit. And a couple of more tags. This is just printed on vellum. This tag pulls out. Another image. This pulls out like so, and there is that one plain on the back. So this is some of that botanical postcards, and these are the roses that I pulled. Some of the roses out to include in this kit. This is just a tag. And more ephemera from my stash. There's another tag. But just look at that, you guys, and just look how that, it just really goes well together. So pages, let's talk about pages, because this is fairly plain, lots of room for journaling, but there are close to 300 pages, I think like 296. And so it is making this journal quite bulgy because of all the tags and extra little things. I didn't go crazy embellishing, but with the tags and stuff, it is adding to that. See, like this, but I wanted to share that with you guys, include that in there, or whoever's going to purchase the journal, because I love roses, and if I'm keeping this book, then I want to have that there, and I will just, I can take my marker, like I have different color markers for note-taking, as some of you guys, if you're planners or if you just like them. But there's that. I don't want to talk too much because I need to keep it moving. Like, seriously keep it moving. Anyway, to journal on the music paper. And this is just a paper clip, just some more vintage buttons. One of the banner clips from Artymaze's kit. Another pocket there. There's that page. I did some collaging and playing around with Rebekah's trim, just cutting it into different pieces to highlight the butterfly here and the letter, the word love here, and then added some bling trim. Another envelope from Artymaze, beautiful envelope, and I made one of my tag booklets, and it opens up and you have a couple of pages for journaling. And then I'm folding that back and then just tuck it right underneath. Another one of those postcards. This little library ephemera came from Tuesday morning. I thought it looked plain. I love the way that this looks, all the creaminess. I've torn this page when I did my last flip of this journal because this is like extremely old, you guys. But anyway, it's roses and it had some of the rose leaves hanging off. But I had to cut that away because it was detracting from the overall journal. So it kind of took away the beauty of this pocket. It was really nice. But this is just one of the appliques that I got from Rebekah in my DT package. And I just have another little booklet to put to journal on behind there. And that's just vintage ledger paper. This is some of the lovely parchment paper that I got at one of the antique shops or whatever shop, little thrift shop that had a lot of antique stuff in there. Just another pocket. There's just a regular tag. There's also another little tag behind here with the guitar on there, so I will not pull all that out. I shouldn't have done that. Let's see if we can increase our flapping. And I like the way that Dreams Etc. does her envelopes when she adds them into a page. This is just blank music paper. And the pocket, the envelope is left open at the top for easy access to that pocket. These are left open for little slots to stick something in. And this is not inserted, but it was supposed to go right there because I like the way that is. So I'm going to leave that there and loose. See, so there is, and I'm doing like this so you can see that the journal is flat. There are, like I told you, there are almost 300 pages, and so this is how I count my pages. So this I consider a page, as well as the music paper and the regular pages. This would be considered a page, this would be considered a page, and this is considered a page. What I do not consider pages are, I don't consider a page. This definitely is not a page, even though it is full pages in its regular book, it's not. And this I don't count as pages. So we're moving on. And these are just pockets. I've just stuck that there. You can stick something in there if you want. This is some of that trim from Rebekah's shop. I have just some black lace behind it to help bring out the black in the kit, and the black thread that I sewed on. And these are just some butterflies that I cut out with a little bit of bling. More tags. I'm not going to pull those out. And I've taken some strips, some offshoots, whatever we call those scrap pieces of paper, and I situated them to make a tuck spot. And so I've got 2 tags stuck in, and this little booklet from the kit, Artymaze's kit. And this is more of that parchment paper. I just have that in there. So if you've noticed with my pockets, she has the lines there for you to fold it out. I chose not to do that because I wanted a wider pocket. And because if you see if you fold on these lines, your booklet will not fit in there. But without folding them back and just gluing the whole thing down, not the whole thing down, but you know, I get the full use of a bigger pocket for those envelopes. Okay. Another botanical postcard, another tag, just another tag like that. And I have included quite a few of these layaway tags and repair tags. And that's just one of her little ephemera roses that I fussy cut out. And there's the back of that. I like to poke it out because I like the way that that looks. And this is more of that beautiful trim from Rebekah. Fairly large tag in that box. And here is more of the cotton paper. And I have used some of my wax seals to close them. So you'll have to break the seal and open up and journal on them. And these are just repair tags and a layaway tag in there. This large tag came from Tuesday Morning. There's nothing in that tag. And then there's just a regular black tag here to highlight the blank butterfly. Okay, so here, you guys, I was really being silly because I didn't want to glue this page down, so I stuck Velcro on there. But look at that. That is why I do not want to glue that down, because you'd lose that, and that's just beautiful to me. And so there's the tag, or the booklet that goes inside. Now I'm having forever trying to put it back. And this is some vintage, we'll say vintage linens. I can't even think right now. But this is more of that cotton paper. And I love the way that it feels. So let's just tuck that back in behind. And attach our Velcro. And I've left myself a note. It says center pocket, so this is supposed to be a pocket. I need to glue that, but I really don't even know if I want to, but that's supposed to be a pocket. And I do have on most of these little things, some little, this is a heart with a rose, or just a rose charm on those little word cutouts. More of Rebekah's trim. More journaling spots. Just a rose that I've taken from that book because I love it. Another little booklet. More of Rebekah's trim that I've used. And this is just one of Artymaze's envelopes. This is the long paper clip that I made. And I've taken some of Rebekah's, this red eyelash trim to kind of blend in, tie everything together with these 2 pages. And that's just a whole, I've got this for weight because that paper clip is a bit weighty. So hopefully I haven't gone overboard, and I should have checked my darn time. Dang it, I don't know how long I've been doing this. Okay, so you'll have to break the seal on this one again. Just another rose wax seal and a tag. And these are inspired by a couple of ladies that I love, the way they do their journals. Nothing at all like what they create, but that's my first try it, and I like the way that it turned out. Pockets and a tag. All these papers are just so beautiful. I just love this color combination. Love that. Love that light pink, that blushy pink. Just tags. This is some beautiful trim from Rebekah's shop. I just love that. And I love the way that it went in with, now my paper clip doesn't want to come loose. It's attached to the thread. That's the page that it was, but I had an extra piece of this kit. I think I printed out 2 of these kits when I purchased this, what, a year ago? And so I've just stuck that on there. I tried to use every bit of it up, and I believe I did, except for a couple of banner clips. And I love the creamy yellow of this, but yellow is my favorite color, so perhaps I'm a little bit biased, but I love that spread. And this is just a golden rose or yellow rose. The tags are left plain, as I said, because I just love the way that turned out. Doubled up on the tags here, on the pockets here, and the tags. More of Rebekah's trim. Some washi tape to help accentuate this blank page and the tie-in with that kit. And this is, I've done this before with the tuck spot, and this is just an envelope with some of that. Nope, let's check that out, because I don't know if you've seen, if I've shown you one similar, but there's that booklet. And you just weave it back in the pocket like so. I mean the tuck spot. And this is some of that vintage linen. What do you call these things? Crap. Okay, well, whatever this is, it is beautiful. Someone's yelling it out right now. And that is just one of the images left over, so you have that to write journal on, as well as that. Just more places to journal. So, like I said, this is fairly plain. I did some embellishing, and I don't know, I just love the creamy, just the creaminess of these pages. I didn't coffee dye my paper because I didn't want to detract from the images. Like, I didn't want to dull that out, and I love it. So I had to go in with some stenciling and kind of add it to the white pages on the inside, because it was, I didn't want that much of a contrast. And so that's left open as a tuck spot and journal on there. Just more ephemera from my stash. And more of that stenciling and just tags. I like the way that this one has lines, so you can, and that is a tuck spot. You can tuck something there, so you can journal on those lines. Ooh, I know this is taking too long, too long, too long. Another envelope. Another one of those lovely postcards. Another mason jar. Love that one. Another where you're gonna have to break that seal and some tags behind it. More of this trim. Yes, you guys, I love her trims. So, what could you do with this journal? And I know this is kind of off center, throwing that off, but I didn't want to snatch that off and remove it again. And this is Rebekah's trim here. And I've just taken this rose and with some washi tape, helped to tie in those 2 pages. So, this is more of Rebekah's trim. I know it's like a splash of color all of a sudden, but I liked that. So this journal, it would be geared towards, you can't go and really embellish anymore because it's already poking out, as I said. I tend to use my journals as diaries. Excuse me. I am so sorry. Excuse me, you guys. But, so if you are, because you're not going to take this with you anywhere and go to like the grocery store or whatever. And I don't see you adding much of your own ephemera. Sadly, there are lots of pockets, but you can if you take some of my tags out. And there's another one of those roses. And that tag is glued down. More of Rebekah's trim. And I have this washi tape, and it started with December because that is when I finished the journal. And then it does wrap around to that side of the journal. And there's the last of those. No, it's not. It's not. Then I have this same thing. I want to say pot holder thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm being silly. But this is a lovely, lovely cameo that I got from Michael's. And I love that. I love the bling around it. But this is on the back cover, and I do have a pocket, and I've stuck one of these, but look how generous this pocket is, and it's deep, okay? And so there's that last image, and I thought that kind of tied in it with those colors very, very well. Okay, so there is that, and yes, you guys, she's quite chunky. Share that with you, and it's going to be listed in my Etsy, as well as I do want to list some other things, but it will probably be in a couple of days to get the other things listed. We'll just see how it goes, and I will be listing this as well also. So you guys, and I think I am going to go ahead and do a tutorial over this one, but I do need to finish the other tutorial first. You guys, I think that is it. It is raining here. I'm going to try relax, get me a cup of tea going, and you guys have a lovely morning, a lovely evening, or a lovely night wherever you are.